Natalia, it's great to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. I'm super excited to be here.
Oh, me too. Me too. Because I can use your help.
Tell me.
All right. So I recently signed a big money contract to make a television show.
Ooh, make that dollar.
Yeah, making that money. But the show's called ABCs of Fitness, right? Normally, this would be pretty easy for me. But they want me to do it for kids. And I don't know anything about talking to children. So I was wondering if you can help me out.
I got you.
All right. So
I got you.
today's letter is the letter C. You got
Mm,
any ideas of what words start with that?
consistency.
Oh, consistency. It's all about the reps. I like that. I like that. What else we got? Any other ideas?
Um, cardio.
Cardio. Yeah, steps are reps too. People need to remember that.
Commitment.
Commitment. I like that. Oh, wow. We are rolling. We are rolling. I'm going to make a ton of money off this. Yeah.
Um, core.
Core. I like that. Wow. Maybe you
Courage.
should. Wow.
Courage.
Courage. Wow. This is incredible. That's so many good ones. I might have to hire you as a writer. Welcome to Reppin Fitness.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm very, very excited to meet you.
Oh, yeah. But hey, hold on a sec. Let me get something. Now, I've been watching your videos, right? And, well, I got my own microphone. What do you think? Does this work?
I think it's great, especially for Texas right now that there are flies everywhere. So I think that this is a very good option.
Yeah, get the flies out of here. Don't need them anywhere here, huh? Anyways. Did you go to the gym today?
I sure did.
Oh, tell me about it.
What do you want to know?
What'd you do today?
Today was leg day.
Oh,
Today was leg day.
Of course.
It's my favorite.
That's not a joke, right? You did legs today.
I did do that legs today.
People do this to me all the time. They say, hey, Brooke, I did legs today. And I'm like, come on. What's that supposed to mean? But anyways, what'd you do? Like what workouts? What exercises?
Let me see. What did I do? I did some like curls, deadlifts, Bulgarians, squats.
Oh.
What else? Adductor, abductor.
Nice. I do those.
You do? Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else did I do? I think that was it. I had to cut my session a bit short because today was a busy day. And sometimes you have to adapt and adjust because life be lifing. So today was actually a very good example of that. It's all about that consistency and showing up and doing what you can with the time that you have, right?
Absolutely. People forget that sometimes. They think, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get a full workout in. Might as well not go. But really, you just got to get in there. Get what you can get done,
100%.
Now, do you remember the first time you ever went to the gym?
I actually do.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, so I started going to the gym when I was 14.
Oh, cool.
And I'm originally from Brazil. And
cool.
in Brazil, you don't have a lot of like sports in school as you would here in the US and Canada. And I really liked the strong physique and I wanted to be active. And my mom wasn't somebody who was very, into fitness and things like that. So I would save my allowance for 6 weeks in order to pay for 1 month of gym membership. And then whenever I would go, I would make my money's worth and I would stay there for like hours because I was like, I'm not going to be able to come next month because I have to save my allowance. And then I would just come the month after that. So that's kind of how I got introduced to fitness and to the gym. And I started by going to classes because I didn't really know how to use the machines. So the classes just kind of got me going and it's all history from there.
Did someone inspire you to start going to the gym? What did you see?
I don't think that it was necessarily anybody in particularly inspiring me, but growing up, I always, saw my mom doing a whole bunch of different diets, but not doing the physical activity side of things.
Right.
And I just would see people being able to really take control of their bodies by going to the gym and make the changes and just look strong. And I wanted to do that too. I wanted to be able to change my body because it was something that I had control over.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great to hear. And then you went on to become a Bikini Olympia champion, right?
I did.
World
I
champ.
did.
Oh, I love hearing this because I've been trying to get into Mr. Olympia for a long time now, but for whatever reason, they don't have a puppet division. I don't understand.
We need to send letters. I'm gonna see if I can make a few phone calls for you and
Oh,
and and, and talk to my people.
yeah. Talk to your people. Let them know they need to put a class P. We need a class P.
Class fee.
But seriously though, what made you to trade in the stage spotlight for helping people hit their goals?
So I am and will forever be very grateful for the opportunities and for the doors that competing have opened. And the experience really it builds the resilience, it builds your confidence in yourself. But one thing that I realized after doing it for a while is that it was a very extreme lifestyle.
Oh
And
yeah,
as my life started to change and I got married and I had like two kids within 14 months,
whoa,
um, I realized that the things that I did before, like I was doing cardio for 4 hours some days and spending 2 hours with my lifting routine and very restrictive nutrition. I just didn't think that it was something that it was I was going to be able to sustain
yeah,
with
right,
two very young kids. So I realized that I've never coached competitors. I've never worked with competitors because I never thought that what I was doing then was all that healthy. I knew how it was making me feel, and I didn't want other people to feel the same way that I was. So as I had my kids, I already did some coaching, but it was very non-specific. I started coaching a long, long time ago. But then as I had my kids and I started to see how it really was like it messed with your head a little bit, especially when you used to be very fit and then
right.
you're used to doing that in a way that realistically doesn't fit in your life currently. And it's kind of like, what do you do? So that's when I decided to start working primarily with very busy professional women who have
Oh,
a demanding career, who have kids, who have a spouse, who want to have a life. So, how do you transition from that all or nothing mentality, all in, into having a fitness and nutrition routine that aligns with the season of life that you're in? So, that was kind of my inspiration.
yeah, that's great. I struggle with the same stuff. Finding time for other things other than going to the gym. It's tough for me. I'm here all the time, but that's not probably good for me. But I got to hear about this. I heard about a whole fitness system that you've created. Is that true?
I did. I have created a fitness system for busy working female professionals, primarily moms. I think that a lot of the moms resonate with my message, especially with the changes that our bodies go through. So we've created a whole system to help support these women in the different seasons of life to make sure that they have the body of their dreams while living the life of their dreams.
Yeah. I got to imagine becoming a parent changes a lot for you, you know? So, what's the first step back to feeling strong again when your body doesn't really feel like it's your own anymore?
This is a very good question. I think that the first step is to realize that just because you worked then,
Right.
it doesn't necessarily that it's going to work now, and be open to different ways and different methodologies to accomplishing your goal in having the understanding and almost like a conversation within yourself that fast doesn't mean that it's better. And I think that that's
Right.
what happens a lot of time with women, especially the ones that have been very fit or have competed or have always been on a diet, is that they're always expecting that quick result, which it's great. But the thing is that the quick results require, extreme actions that might not support their physical and mental well-being in this season of life.
Right. I mean, a lot of people, they get caught up in the 30-day programs, the 60-day programs, these 90-day programs. That's just not enough. It's just not enough. You get too hung up on short-term goals when the reality is you should probably commit to a 1-year goal and see where you go from there. So, what are some gym lies you see women being sold? Like
Oh
stuff that
my
needs to get
goodness.
tossed out. We don't need them anymore. What are some
Oh,
stuff?
where do you begin?
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
I think that there are quite a few, and it's interesting because we thought that by having more information available at people's fingertip, it was going to bring clarity. But what I'm
Yeah,
seeing is actually quite the opposite: is that the more information that is being given out, the more confused people are because they're getting
yeah,
bite size of information without the context that is necessary
right.
to make a long-term plan. You know what I mean? So I think that the biggest ones would be the whole idea of low carb.
Oh, low carb. Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear you.
like being the solve all, like the solution of all problems and things like that. Um, the other one is like the fasting, like all the
Oh, yeah.
time, and not understanding the whys of things. I'm very big into explaining to people the why. Why does this work? So people can make educated choices. And the whole idea of like cheat meals and things like that, I'm not a big fan
Oh,
because it implies a negative connotation about food.
oh,
Like,
that's
for
true.
example, if we're talking about, let's say I'm celebrating my 8-year old,
Right.
his birthday is coming up. If I'm celebrating his birthday and we're having a great time and then we have a slice of cake and everybody's happy, is that really a quote unquote cheat? Is it really a bad thing, or is just a family moment that, it just happens? You're
That's true.
enjoying life. So
Right.
I think that the way that you speak about food and like the whole bad or good food is actually very problematic. And lastly, is an obsession with a bunch of just classes, gym classes. And I think that they can be a great tool. But what I find is people wanting very specific outcomes, like, oh, I want to have more muscle. And then they're going to classes, but they don't support that because you're just doing a whole bunch of things. You're just like doing
Right.
cardio with weights. So having the clarity on what the goal is and the strategy that you're using, and I don't think that a lot of classes support that. So these would be the main things.
Interesting. Now, let me ask you this. What's your take on progress photos or even like weight tracking? Do you think it helps? Do you think it messes with people's heads? What do you think? Should people stay track?
I love this question. I think that right now we are in a funny funny time where it's almost like talking about scale weight is almost like a crime.
Right.
Like people and I see this a lot with the ladies that I talk to. They're almost like apologizing. I have to pull out of them that they do want to lose weight because they feel like they have to shield it with some, oh, I want to have more. And that's great. But ultimately the goal is to lose weight.
Yeah,
So
right.
I think that completely removing the conversation around weight is not serving people, because what ends up happening is that it's almost like gaslights the person. Person gaslights herself.
Oh,
So I do think that weight tracking, it's a great tool. Progress photos, great tools. Is it is it something that I recommend to be done on the daily? No, because it can become obsessive.
oh,
So I think it is a tool of the toolbox. And I'm not going to be sending people to get an in-body scan and all of those things every single day. It is an easy way to track. And if you're working with someone and that coach has experience, they have two eyeballs. So if
you're
you're
right.
sending a photo and I can see that your weight's going down, I don't need an in-body scan to tell me that you're losing body fat because I can see it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that is just finding that fine balance, that you're not letting the scale dictate your mood and how you're feeling every single day, not becoming obsessed with it, but acknowledging that it is still an available tool that it is necessary to have. Because what we don't want is for women to pretend that they don't care about the scale and not keeping some kind of checks and balances. And the next thing you know, they've gained a whole bunch of weight, and it's a much longer journey to go back to a place where they feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great tip too. Now, the Powerhouse Academy, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. When someone joins, right? Maybe they're feeling stuck or they just don't know what to do. Where do you usually start with them?
Where they're at.
Where they're at. Great answer.
It really is, I think, and that's the problem that I have with the 30-day plan, the 4 week
Right.
challenge, all of that kind of stuff, because you're trying to put everybody into a bucket. Everybody's doing the same thing. But for example, we have a member that has 6 children, and then we have another member who has who has no kids, but she is a pilot. And then
Oh,
we have somebody else who, who's constantly traveling to Asia and all that. So each one of these people are going to have different availability to train. They're going to
yeah.
have different availability of foods, and they're going to require different strategies. And trying to put everybody on the same bucket and being like, hey, you have to train 6 days a week might not be feasible, for example, for our client that has 6 kids.
Yeah.
So it is very important to meet people where they're at and build it from there. And I think that that is a big problem that I have whenever people are like, oh, fast food's terrible, as an absolute. You should never have fast food. Do I think that fast food is like the best choice? No. But if I have someone who is used to having fast food, for example, 5 days a week, wouldn't that be progress to ask them to reduce that to 3 times a week?
Yeah, really. That's a
You
good
meet them
starting
where they're
point.
at
Yeah.
and then build it from there.
Yeah. A lot of people, they think that you need to go all in or just not bother, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you coach people through perfection or nothing? How do you get them through that mindset?
You're asking some good questions today.
Oh, yeah.
I
I'm on top
love
of it.
that.
Yeah.
I love it. And that is a phenomenal question, because I feel like it's a piece of the fitness and nutrition and sustainability puzzle that many, fitness professionals and coaches alike don't see, that it makes a big impact on your ability to progress and maintain that
Oh,
progress. So the way that we do this is, we have a counselor, a full-time in-house counselor, to support the ladies that we work with on that, that mindset and that emotional side of things. Because one thing that we realize is that, which I love that you have things for kids as well, is that a lot of the relationship that people have with exercising and nutrition, it starts very early on, and there is a huge correlation with what they see their parents do and say about their own bodies and
oh,
about food and about that. It is like a crazy correlation. There is a lot of research around that. So understanding the upbringing of that person also gives a lot of context on how we're going to support and help them navigate the changes from a mindset perspective, from that perfectionism, from that all or nothing.
yeah. That's interesting. Now, do you have any favorite success stories from a client who just got it and it took off? Or maybe
It's
like another way around? Maybe somebody that was struggling a bit?
it's kind of like asking who is your favorite child.
Oh, you don't have to say it. You don't have to. Don't name names. Don't name names. Let's just
We
keep it
have
quiet.
we really do have so many, and that's another thing that I love about our communities, that we really truly care. And from our coaches to the ladies in the program, one another. One that comes to mind is Pam.
Oh,
Pam came to us. She was pushing 300 pounds, and I remember my call with her. Her husband was in it, and she literally told me that she didn't know how much more she had to live because of how, her health was being impacted, and how she had tried all the things. And her husband, like, they were both crying on the call,
oh,
and she didn't want to travel because she didn't fit on the seat. It was very eye-opening for me as a coach as well. I learned a lot from her, from understanding these struggles, from listening. And I think that there is a lot of stigma around being in a bigger body, and she helped me see things from a different perspective, which are not as black and white as people might sound it like. And she has lost 150 pounds. She has done triathlons,
Whoa.
marathons, half marathons. She's traveled to Italy. She's gotten on a paddle board. Like, honestly, she's a completely new person. She has all her trips planned out, which is something that she hadn't done in years because she was embarrassed to get in a plane. So
Yeah.
Pam is an incredible story. She'll always have a special place in my heart because not only of her change, but what she taught me. I not only coached her, but she coached me.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Pam. Congratulations. Great job. That's incredible. Whole life change, going from
Yeah.
really not wanting to do much to being motivated by all that change. That's
Yeah.
incredible to hear.
Yeah,
Now,
she's amazing.
yeah, so how do you coach women who are juggling work, kids, everything in between? I mean, you have your own busy life, like they learn from you a bit, but what happens if they still want to get healthier? How do you help?
Again, it kind of goes back to meeting people where they're at.
Right, right.
I find that even with the whole conversation around hormones nowadays, I do perimenopause hard, menopause hard. All of those things are real.
Yeah,
But I feel like a lot of times the messaging that is being passed on through social media or through articles, it makes women feel very impotent, like they cannot do anything, like it puts them in a place of victim, and that they have their hands tied. And I don't think that anybody has their hands tied. They can do something. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, not every single workout is going to be the best workout. Maybe before you're used to working out 7 days a week, but now getting 3 workouts for 15 minutes is, a big push. So how
yeah.
about we start with the 3 workouts for 15 minutes, or even 2 workouts? Like, there have been members that came to us and they were like, I have no time for anything. And I'm like, can you give me 2 times a week, 15 minutes? And they're like,
Oh,
I sure can. And then we did that. And she, obviously, the results are not going to come as fast. And I think we need to set the expectation on that as well. But whenever she started to see that she was feeling better, she's like, you know what? I think we can, increase that to 20 minutes 3 times a week.
oh,
And
nice.
you start to, like, whenever the person sees the positive results, they start to be more intentional about making the time. So I think that it is always important to meet people where they're at, but also to not allowing the complacency and the victim mentality of thinking that
Yeah.
life is constantly happening to me instead of for me.
Oh, I
So
love
it's a
that.
very fine dance, and that's something that I feel like we do very well.
Yeah, even myself. If I don't go to the gym first thing in the morning, my whole day feels off, right? I might make weird food decisions, emotional eating. Emotional eating, I feel like, is a big topic that people miss. They don't even understand what it is. But when you step
Hmm.
away and you start making new habits, then you start being able to identify those things a little bit easier. But
I'm the same.
yeah,
So you and I are the same. And I think that creating some kind of system within your life to support that. So, for example, for me, I'm normally, obviously my kids are off school at the time of this recording.
okay,
It's summer break here,
yeah.
but during school year, what I do is, like, I get my kids ready and I already leave the house on my gym clothes. So I
Oh,
know that once I drop them off, I'll go straight to the gym, because I know from past experience that if I come back home, it's it's not going to happen.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Same thing. I'm always in my gym clothes. I'm wearing this shirt all the time. Just
Same,
shows the puppet.
same. But when people see you all dressed up and stuff, they probably don't
Oh, they're
even recognize
shocked.
you, right?
Yeah, they're shocked. I recently got a tuxedo shirt.
Stop it.
I cut the sleeves off. I cut the sleeves off. But you and I, like you said, we're a lot alike. You've been on magazine covers. Brick's on his way to Muscle and Fitness's cover. Any day now, I'll get the call.
You're
But
gonna get swole,
oh yeah,
swoller.
look at this poster back here. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my
Oh
arm.
yeah,
That's me. It was based on the Arnold Schwarzenegger poster. That looks pretty similar. But
the biceps is the same.
oh, I just used the same one, and we just superimposed my body. But anyways. Now let's talk about a fitness class. What would you have me do? What's one move you'd make me do just to humble me a little bit?
Oh, what move? Well, the one that humbles me
Oh.
is walking lunges.
Oh.
Walking lunges are a gut
Oh.
sucker.
Yeah, they get you. They get you. Are we walking with dumbbells?
Yes, walking with dumbbells.
How many? How many reps? How many steps?
About 15 each leg.
Oh. How many sets though?
3, 4.
3, 4.
But heavy. I'm not talking about like light. I'm talking about, so for example, I'll do that with 45 in each hand. So that's 90 and I'm about 120 pounds. So like that would be the equivalent that I would want to see you.
Oh, well, I was going to ask this. You versus leg day. Who wins and how many rounds does it take? You said 3 or 4. Is that where we go to?
Leg day doesn't win. I always win.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
But it gets me close. It gets me to question my life choices.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting right now for this interview. You had leg day today. That's the right choice. I don't know why you'd be standing around after that. Be burning up. Well, you hear that, leg day? You ain't beating us. We got this. We're going to get those reps. Now, when you're doing leg day, right? Do you have any music you listen to? Anything in specific?
I do.
Oh, what do you got? I need new songs for my playlist.
All right, hold on. You're gonna have to wait just one second because
okay.
I'm looking up my. Also, I go through moods.
Oh yeah, me too. They change a bit.
Yeah, I have like electronic.
Oh.
And it depends on my mood, and then I'll have like more rap.
Okay, yeah.
Playlist, and then I have like the almost death metal kind of. That's when I'm like pumped up.
That's the stuff. Any particular bands? I gotta know if there's a band there that I know.
Hold on. I just what I normally do, I just kind of like rage.
I put on some playlists.
Killing in the Name by
Rage Against the Machine.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that is my go-to when I need to get pumped up.
Oh, I love it. I go to that too. Actually, that's not on my playlist right now. I'm gonna have to add that in. I'll get that on my phone.
How do you not get like that song? The moment that it comes on, you're like, it's showtime.
Oh, it's showtime. Yeah, I hear you. But hey, this has been great. Thanks for being a guest on Reppin Fitness.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. I hope that you get that cover on Muscle and Fitness.
Me too.
And I'm going to see what I can do to, make a few phone calls, send a few emails if I still have some of the connections and see if we can bring that Division P to the Olympia.
We need it. Maybe they need to take a peek at this, huh? Maybe they'll like it,
I love it.
Before you go, though. All right, let's think here. All right, I got it. What's the biggest mindset shift you wish every woman could make about fitness?
That it doesn't have to be perfect. It needs to be done. The time is never going to be right. And I feel like especially women who have a tendency of being caretakers, they're always putting everybody before themselves and waiting for the perfect moment where this person is not sick, where that person is not having practice and the husband is not busy at work, and then they just put themselves last in the list of priorities. But one thing they don't understand is that if they are not 100% operating at 100%, the people that they love the most are the ones who are going to suffer.
Yeah.
So by taking care of herself, she's taking care of everybody who she loves.
I love that. And hey, if you're watching at home right now, this is your sign. I don't know what other signs you need. I'm a puppet talking to a fitness coach right now, and we're telling you, take care of yourself. Do something for yourself today. And hey, Nathalia, thanks again for being a guest.
Thank you for having me, and bye-bye, everybody.
We'll see you on the next Repisode. Freaking strong! Freaking strong!